Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 13th to the 19th of March 2017. We begin the week with a full moon in Virgo, and this is the last of 5 full moons at the 22 degree point. So we have the sun at 22 degrees Pisces, and we have the moon at 22 degrees Virgo. And this axis is all about the conscious and subconscious mind, or conscious and unconscious mind. Where we put our energy in the day is very much the job of Virgo, and where our attention goes at night is the realm of Pisces. So we're between the worlds with this full moon. We're between the rational mind and the imagination, the subconscious dream realms. So if we can just hang in the balance, no need to actually do anything or activate anything, but just hang between the places, between waking and sleeping, then we can find a potential of healing there, just being held between the worlds. We can also consider whether our outer and inner worlds are well aligned, and whether we're creating our reality from a place of our soul dreams rather than from a nightmare realm, and then bringing that through in the daytime. So really good, gentle start to the week, and this does permeate the whole week with other aspects that are coming up. But with the Sun next to Mercury and Neptune, inner reflection, surrender, looking at judgment and control long enough to suspend that and then dive into a sanctuary place, to dance with our imagination and to listen to the guidance of our intuition. That is very strong throughout this week. We can reconnect now to our emotional intelligence, reset our compass, and that in itself will bring us greater clarity when we do decide to step forward with thoughts, words and actions. But reconnecting now to the wisdom inside, to embrace ambiguity, to enjoy not knowing, to step into our unlimited self, and to embrace that state of grace and freedom. That's what this full moon is calling us to do. So that, like I say, once we do then act upon that, we're coming from our bigger self, and we've broken free from limitations and boundaries. Then we have quite a few aspects coming in this week that are all fairly complementary but need to be tackled one at a time. So we have Mercury entering into Aries on Monday. So when anything enters into Aries, it's crossing over the threshold, the spring equinox threshold from Pisces to Aries, starting a new zodiac year. But with Mercury entering into Aries, we can really set some resolutions now. So after we've gone into that held space of the full moon, we can now step forwards, make some intentions, the clear road ahead. But with Venus retrograde, we need to make sure that we're setting those intentions from the heart. So many people set intentions from their head, things that they want to do, a linear progression, progress, accomplishment, consumerism, that kind of thing. But with Mercury meeting with Venus retrograde, and this happens at the weekend of the 18th and 19th, we're taken inwards to see our soul desire, to see where we're really wanting to set our intentions from, and that very much is from the heart spark, excitement, creativity and love. So on Monday, Mercury bursts into Aries, but before we're too heady about it, reconnect with what excites you, reconnect with your spark, and set your intentions from that place. On Tuesday we have Jupiter square Pluto, so a very powerful force here, slightly contentious, slightly difficult to navigate. A square is two planets not really seeing eye to eye, and we need to delegate a job to each. So I feel that this will bring up issues of security versus freedom. If you think about structure and space and how they can coexist, then we need both, but we need the structure to be sound, but fairly minimal, solid ground and supporting walls, but then we need enough space and air to be able to flow within that structure. So have a look at where your structure is. Is it too strong? Is it too restrictive? Or is your space too free and you don't have any boundaries at all? And see if you can put a core structure into place, but then allow enough space to breathe and grow. And those two things, like I say, can actually coexist with a little gentle rearrangement inside. So this week Mercury approaches Venus retrograde. Venus is coming back to meet Mercury at those early degrees of Aries. And by Wednesday this is a day to embrace the possibilities, to reconnect with the heart spark. But just look at the term possibility rather than probability. Just allow things to become possible, expand the possible arena. Because even in our hearts sometimes we're clamped down with the rational mind, with reasons why not, with I can't dance, I can't sing, all this negative narrative. But maybe embrace possibility on Wednesday as Mercury is heading towards meeting Venus retrograde. Use your mind as a creative tool. Have a look at the probable outcome that you're imagining for something, and then maybe see what are the alternative options to that, rather than just embracing that single outcome as a reality. So we can set our mind to creative tasks, to look at all the possibilities. This is where tarot is very good, because sometimes we get too focused on a certain linear path that we're treading or a certain way of looking at a problem, and tarot can often come and show us the options as well. So embrace the options that you have rather than just resigning to what you think the outcome of a situation is. And that's a great way to keep using our imagination that's been brought to the fore with the full moon at the weekend, and a great way to look at the Mercury and Venus conjunction that's coming up as well, to expand into opportunity and potential. By Thursday we have Mars moving into Taurus. So I feel this one is actually going to be recognition for the work that we've already put into something, to stop and give ourselves credit for that hard work, for our application to a sacred or heartfelt goal, and to allow ourselves to receive the just results which should be becoming evident by Thursday. So have a look at what you've put your back into, what you put your shoulders behind, what you've driven forwards from a very sacred and heartfelt space, and have a look and appreciate some of the results and rewards that are coming through from that. By Friday we have the Sun in Pisces square Saturn in Sagittarius, so we have another square to deal with. And whereas Jupiter square Pluto I felt was freedom and structure, flow and solidity, and how those two can coexist if they're both put in their place and they're both respected equally, then with this one I feel the Sun in Pisces square Saturn in Sagittarius is about reality and wisdom. So once again we're with the world of imagination and where we're creating our reality from, which is the theme of this full moon week, where we're allowed to flow and grow bigger than our conscious mind can ever envisage, and where we're actually allowing our dreams to manifest into our reality and come true. So see if you can make sure that that balance is equal, that your dreams are realistic by all means, but that you're not limiting them by being too rational, and you're allowing them the space to grow bigger than even you're initially dreaming of. So when we get to the core seed of our desire, then we can plant that and step back with non-attachment, rather than returning to check on the growth, or trying to make it grow faster, trying to make something grow in a certain direction. Can we just have a look at the seed of what we're sowing, and then step back and allow that to actually blossom and flourish in its own time and its own way, but maybe even look at our thought patterns as to whether we're limiting the outcome of what we're creating, and step back from that as well, so that our dreams can grow even bigger in their own time. And finally by the weekend we have Mercury conjunct Venus retrograde in Aries. So this has been a theme all through the week: embracing the mind, embracing the heart, returning to basics, simple truth, joyful desires, honest endeavours, and genuine love and excitement, connecting with our creator force, and being guided from deep within. This is where I feel we can balance the head and the heart, and we can put those into an alignment, so that with everything else that's gone on this week, everything wraps up to say go inwards, find the centre, find the mission, find the passion, find the core desire, realise it, embrace it, celebrate it, but then let go, because the outcome can be much bigger than we're imagining. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. I am available for one-to-one readings in London or over Skype, and you're very welcome to come and join my membership group, where we'll be discussing these aspects daily, as well as joining in with some of my online courses. So those are my standard offering, and if you're interested in any of those, then please do come through to me. But the news this week is that my tree walks are back. So every year I do a 2-hour tree walk once a month on Hampstead Heath, introducing you to the trees, tree recognition, to the Celtic tree calendar and language, to the magic and myth and legend of the trees, the healing potential. But this year I've created a tree oracle deck as well, so included in the walk you get a copy of my tree oracle deck. I also run a monthly tarot meetup group, so please do come and find me for details of that. All levels are welcome. You don't have to have any experience, but it's a very friendly and open and safe space to either learn or practice your skills of tarot. So for any of that, or for any courses or readings, then please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com.